What is going on, Chief High Smoke? Back to you with another one. And the Kansas City Chiefs lose for the third straight time to the Denver Broncos. This time on Christmas, 20-13. And here's a crazy stat for you: the Chiefs were 12-0 in one-score games in 2024, and they are now 1-8 in one-score games in 2025. It's the same shit that's been happening. The defense continues to bail this offense out, who stalls multiple times throughout games. Today, it was nothing new. I mean, this team had 95 total yards until that last drive. Travis Kelce only had 2 receptions. Brashard Smith didn't have a carry at all. They were 3rd and 10 at the 45, and Bo Nix gets a first down to little Jordan Humphrey. Chris Jones, we give this guy $25 million to jump off sides on a big play. If he doesn't do that, I feel like we're going to hold the Broncos right there, get the ball back. But Chris Jones continues to make mistakes this year. 5 sacks this year. You look at the PFF, the rankings are good. If they were able to trade Chris Jones in the offseason, they could save $36 million against the cap in 2026. It is going to be a lot of dead cap in 2027, but the Chiefs need to move on from Chris Jones. It's just not working out anymore. Chris Jones is not the same guy, does not want to play the run, continues to just play the pass, very selfish type of a player. These offside penalties are nothing new for him this season. That's happened 3 or 4 straight times. He'll have a personal foul call or roughing the passer, and it'll keep a drive alive. Chris Jones, honestly, if the Chiefs can move on from him and get a 4th-round pick, I'd be happy. Chris Jones has played his last game in Arrowhead. And Travis Kelce, as much as I don't want him to retire, I still think he's got some juice left in him. I think he's got more off the field issues going on in his life. And, 3 years of this Taylor Swift stuff is enough for me. This year, they kept her off camera. She was kind of out of the spotlight. The first 2 years, it got kind of crazy. And I'm so glad they were able to win the Super Bowl the first year Travis got with her, because then people would have been saying, oh, you got the Taylor Swift curse going on. So tonight, the delay a game as well by Olawadukin. We're at the 22-yard line, and we're going in, we're marching in. I know there's 25 seconds left, and then he gets a delay game call right there. That cannot happen. Andy Reid's got to be in his ear. Matt Nagy's got to be in his ear. We got to get that play call in, and we cannot take that 5-yard penalty right there. And then we're 4th and 8, and he's trying to make a play into the end zone, and it was just ugly, honestly. And the game was on Amazon tonight, and I had to listen to it on the radio. It felt like back in the day when I was a Chiefs fan, watching this team when they had Elvis Gerback and Steve Bono, and I had to listen to the games on the radio. And the games weren't on TV as much back then with Trent Green and Matt Castle. As soon as they got Mahomes and Alex Smith, Andy Reid, the game started being on television in California. And now, once Mahomes is out in 2026, I do believe the Chiefs will be off primetime television. And, I'll probably have to buy an NFL Sunday ticket for the first time. Boo-hoo. Nobody feels sorry for a Chiefs fan. The Broncos have given Andy Reid some of the worst losses in his history. They beat us 38-0 last year, and I know people will say, well, the starters were in that game. Some of the starters were in that game, honestly. Today, 66 total passing yards. You look at the total offensive yards today for the Chiefs. The Broncos defense just slapped them around. Bo Nix kind of toyed with them until the last second, and then he made his move. Credit to Sean Payton turning this whole franchise around and knowing Russell Wilson wasn't the answer. It kind of, and then the fan base kind of knew Russell Wilson was trash as well. And they lost a bunch of first round picks somehow was able to get Bo Nix. And, he's throwing to guys that, these aren't household names out there besides Cortland Sutton, little Jordan Humphrey, RJ Harvey, just guys that you wouldn't know about. But, they're going to get better, and Bo Nix is going to make them better. Credit to the Denver Broncos, my buddy David Wyatt, really one of the first Broncos fans to give me a chance. He doesn't have to do that. I mean, he can go watch Broncos content, enjoy, his AFC West title, but still he comes by here, and just a good buddy of mine, and a Broncos fan that I'm happy for. And it's just it's one of those seasons that kind of just hits you, and you're in shock. You really are. I mean, a lot of Chiefs fans are reacting differently. Me, I kind of knew it was coming. I knew that from 2024, from what I saw, all those one-score games, I kind of knew it was going to happen every single year. But, I expected them to be in the playoffs this year. I did not expect them to be out of the playoff race and be tanking at this point. The good thing is, with this loss, the Chiefs possibly could get a top 10 pick. And my plan is to protect Patrick Mahomes like it was in 2025. We failed to do so. My plan in 2026 is to protect Patrick Mahomes. And, I'd been a fan of trading Trent McDuffie, and now I'm kind of leaning on keeping him, keeping a guy like Jalen Watson. I know Christian Fulton played well tonight, but he could possibly be trade bait in the future. I like the way Noah Williams played good tonight as well. Really locked up some of these Broncos receivers. Brashard Smith, again, he had the touchdown run, but listen, he's got to get more carries. I mean, Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt probably aren't going to be back next year, and they did the same thing that they always do. Kareem Hunt's pretty good on short yardage, but they're 2 yards, 3 yards per carry. It's to the point you wonder why Patrick Mahomes got hurt. It's because he's their leading rusher. He's pressing so much that he's having to get out of the pocket and trying to make plays. And, eventually it caught up to us. It really did. Not valuing the running back position caught up to the Kansas City Chiefs. And, we want to draw back in shotgun so much. And, we failed to realize that Mahomes has regressed. The running game's not creative. All it is just a handoff out of the shotgun or a pitch to a guy coming in motion. I mean, it gets old after a while, man. We don't have any sweeps, counters, pitches, inside zones, nothing like that. It's just a draw play out of the shotgun, and really hope the defense kind of over pursues, thinking that Patrick Mahomes is going to throw the football or get a quick throw off, and maybe they don't go hard enough. I'm not too sure what their strategy is, but the scheme definitely needs to change, in my opinion. I think the Chiefs need to go to more of a run-balanced attack, and really do what teams did to us early on in Patrick Mahomes' career, and really try to dominate the time of possession, exactly what the Broncos did tonight. The Broncos toyed with us tonight. They knew they were going to get that game. They knew Oluwadukin was going to struggle. They knew, the game was going to be close because it was at Arrowhead Stadium. It was a divisional game. But when it's all said and done, the Broncos are a better team than the Chiefs at this point in time. So the Broncos are going to go to the playoffs. They're going to win the AFC West. Much deserved. Shout out to the Broncos fans, players, and coaches out there. We've come a long way from Trevor Siemian, haven't we? We've come a long way from that 17-game winning streak. Credit to Sean Payton, the job that he's done. And the Broncos are back, like they were with Peyton Manning, like they were with John Elway. They got a good chance this year. I'd like to see them play the Bills in the playoffs. I think that will be a challenge for them. I do think there'll be some teams in the NFC that will be a challenge for them as well. But this defense is elite, and we all know defenses win championships. and the Broncos have one of those Super Bowl caliber defenses. They also have a very accurate quarterback, someone that can make plays down the stretch and come back. We've seen it happen multiple times this year. The Broncos are down in games, and Bo Nix brings them back. The Eagles game being one of them. So credit to the Broncos and their fan base. Um, God, I'm not happy for you. I'm really not. But honestly, if it had to be one team in the AFC West, let it be the Denver Broncos. Not a team in California. Just not a team that was in California. The Raiders or the Chargers. I don't think I could walk around and hear Raiders or Chargers fans in my state um, busting my balls about the Chiefs. So, the Chargers are going to make the playoffs as well. They're a really good football team. The Raiders and the Chiefs are a mess right now. We got to be able to clean it up. But at this point in time, you're probably thinking, oh man, the Raiders look better on paper than the Chiefs do at this point. If Mahomes is going to be out for 2026. So, guys, the Chiefs lose 20-13 to the Broncos tonight, and I'm going to stand tall regardless until 2031 when this team leaves Arrowhead Stadium. I will be making Chiefs content, and it's going to be positive. I'm going to try to stop complaining as much. I'm going to try to stop being negative because nobody's trying to hear that. They're just trying to hear jokes, and they're trying to bust at Chiefs fans' balls. And after years of dominating this league, now teams look forward to playing us. So congratulations to the Denver Broncos on the AFC West and making the playoffs. David, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to everyone watching. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for watching.